Welcome to From Days to Years. We're so excited you're here. One of the phrases or really um, ideas that we want our moms to know is we want you to go from guilt to grace, from fear to faith, and from superficially multitasking to superbly managing your time. So, as you go through our podcast and listen in and really get into managing your time, think about those three things. I'm here today with my co host, my awesome co host, Heather.
Hi, Angela.
Hi, Heather. And she's going to introduce our topic today.
So, to continue on with our theme, we're today going to be talking about healthier body exercise,
Mm.
which is a hard one. We keep talking about all these things we need to incorporate into our daily schedule, and here's one more exercise,
Hmm.
which is, I don't know, it might be even more important than what you eat.
Yeah, sometimes.
Because, I don't know, I have some older family members who don't get around as well. And so I'm
Yeah.
really pushing my exercise and not even like going in hardcore, but just walking
Hmm.
more. I'm really trying to incorporate more walking into my lifestyle. I am working out again with a trainer
Hmm.
twice a week.
Yep,
So back to our other podcast. So I think it's just one of those things. It's just keeping your body moving.
I agree. And it's
Yeah.
what Heather was saying. So, like, she has a trainer, and I'm getting one along with E, and that's the first time I've ever had a trainer. But you don't have to have a trainer.
No,
You
you
can,
don't.
if you have a pair of shoes, a pair of good shoes that can support your feet and your body type, whatever that might be. There's thousands of pairs of shoes, walking shoes,
Just
running
something
shoes.
comfortable that supports your joints.
Yes, something. It could be flip-flops that are orthopedic,
Yeah.
whatever. And you have a safe place to walk. Just getting out, like Heather said, and moving your body. I think the recommended time is 30 to 45
Yeah.
minutes, 4 to 5 times a week or three
Yeah.
times a week. We'll verify that and we'll put a link in the blog. But you really need to make sure you're moving your body. It's so easy to get caught up in work,
Oh, yes.
get up and caught up in kids,
Yes.
and not move our bodies.
Right. And there's also, something my son likes to do is he likes to look at YouTube videos
Okay.
for movement on stuff. He's really
Like
jumped up.
advice on different parts of your
Yeah.
body.
Because he like, well, or just little workout videos.
That's a great idea too.
He loves that. He plays baseball, so he's really trying to. He thought weightlifting, he calls it weightlifting. He's 12, so he doesn't use the right terms. Was, a hardcore sport, but he's finally figured out that just building a little bit of muscle mass has really helped him with his swing.
Yeah.
It's really made it more powerful. So it's those little things because he's using only 5 pound weights, which is not a lot. And I've seen my mother-in-law even work when she was at our house staying. She was using cans one day
Yeah.
just to do a quick workout online. So it doesn't take much.
Yeah.
I've seen people fill up those 1 gallon water bottles.
Yep.
So there's a lot you can do without spending a lot of money too. Like I don't want you to think, oh yeah, you work out with a trainer and stuff.
No, this is my first trainer. I
Yeah,
used to like I said before on one of the other
right.
podcasts, when I have rheumatoid arthritis and I gained a bunch of weight from that. I didn't have a trainer. I simply walked.
Mhm.
I cut down on the types of things I was eating that were not right for my body type. And then at that time we lived in a community where there was a community gym.
Right.
And I got on a couple of machines that I cannot think of the name right now.
Treadmill,
The treadmill.
elliptical.
That would be it.
Love the elliptical. It's really good for joints. I
It
mean, it
was.
really does. Doesn't put a lot of pressure on.
And I didn't do a lot. It wasn't that I was in the gym an hour a day, but I did what I could within
It's just moving. I mean,
moving my
it's
body
really moving your body.
and working within your means to make sure you're moving
Yeah.
for your body
And if
type.
you have little ones, I mean, you can lay down and just look. I mean, I used to think this was funny, and now I look back on, man, I wish I'd done this more. Lifting your child in the air,
That's a lot of weight.
it's a lot of weight. I mean, I had chubby children, so it was a lot of weight.
My baby had, well, when she was born, she was this little emaciated frog. She was a cute little thing. But I did
Mine got
pork her up,
bulky.
thank God.
They
Thank
got
God.
bulky. Mine
Thank God.
started off skinny too.
Mine, yeah, she bulked up. But they have those classes too. I remember when we used to live in Alpharetta or Sandy Springs or Atlanta, wherever we lived, that they had those mommy and me exercise
Yeah.
classes.
And I
So you
never
could
did it,
take,
but I wish I
I
had.
didn't, I wish I had. And you could take your child and you could exercise with your child. So it's kind of like bonding, spending time,
Right.
but also moving your body.
And meeting other moms, because that's also important.
Yes, isolation is bad. Let's try
Very
and work
bad.
on that this year.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying. Just saying.
No, we're together all the time.
Yeah, we are,
We're
which is
not
good.
isolated.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know.
I'm not a hugger, and Angela's a hugger, so that's part of it.
I have become a hugger
Yeah.
because I used to be like, please don't touch me.
Yeah. Still am. And it's hard when you have kids and one of your kids is a hugger. It's hard.
Everyone has boundaries, and let's
So
learn to
I'm
work within
learning.
them.
I'm learning because I don't want him to stop.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want him to stop hugging me ever.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
But getting back to exercise, we'd like to get off topic. Um,
Oh, yes.
and a lot of the things we've mentioned in the last three podcasts about managing our time is using apps to kind of
Yes.
automate some of this stuff. You
To
don't
make
have to
it
come up with to
easier.
make it easier. You do not have to reinvent the wheel.
No.
There are apps. I call it YouTube University. Has a lot of
Oh,
great
yeah.
um, has a lot of great, I don't want to say articles, but videos on how to exercise appropriately for your body type. I keep saying body type because just because something works for Heather or for
Doesn't
me,
work for Angela. Yeah.
it's not going to work for
No,
you.
no.
Okay. You have different things that are going on with your body that you need to address. One of the things you said earlier, this is when the camera wasn't on, we were just talking because we always talk. You were saying something about your hips.
Oh yeah, so I had started, we had just moved into our new house,
Mhm.
and so you're up at, it's a two-story house, and we moved from an apartment, and I was getting to the point where I couldn't walk up the steps without there
Yeah.
being a shooting pain from my hip down to my knee.
Mm.
And I'd already had hurt my back the year before on a treadmill.
Yeah.
I just stepped, I mean, as soon as I made the step, I was like, oh, that's going to come back to haunt me.
Yeah.
And it took a long time. So I had just found that trainer,
Yeah.
and then I'd also started seeing a chiropractor because it was so hard to get in. I really thought I needed knee surgery, so I was also looking for um, a bone doctor. Also, my brain just went
Yeah.
completely blank. I
Yeah.
can't remember what they're called. Um, Someday I will remember this, but I started working with a chiropractor, and I've gone to chiropractors before,
Yeah.
so I knew what to expect, but I was just so tight that they couldn't get it. And I could only give 3 days a week because it's a lot of time in your day to make this appointment and
Yeah.
go and
It
do
is.
the whole thing.
It is.
But just working out, um, and with my trainer knowing that this was a problem spot, so she made sure I didn't do any more damage. But
Oh,
within like 2 months, I didn't have the pain anymore.
wow.
So I really think it was just and again, the chiropractor had told me that my whole lower back and hips area was so tight. I think
Wow.
it just needed a really good stretch,
Oh.
which is also means that I'm now a lot more aware that I need to stretch every day.
Which is another thing we need to talk about with an exercise. If you can't run for 45 minutes, but you can walk for 45 minutes,
Do
even
that.
do that,
Anything.
anything, even before you do that, you really need to stretch. It's not just for people who are athletes.
No.
We all should stretch. Like, and one of the earlier podcasts we talked about getting up in the morning and having 15 or
Yep.
20 minutes or whatever of just quiet time, settling yourself before you start your day, and then maybe making a to-do list or using
Right.
the app that
Yeah.
Heather talked about to kind of plan your day. Maybe that 15 minutes is just stretching, breathing and stretching to
Just
loosen up all of
coming,
this
yeah,
stuff.
coming alive,
Yeah.
waking up your whole body because
Yeah.
the brain's awake, but maybe the legs aren't ready to go.
Yeah.
And I feel like it just makes me feel
It
energized.
does. And it opens up places in your
Yes.
body. Because you've been
Yeah.
laying there for
Yeah.
6 or 8 hours or 4 hours,
Right.
and your body's just been stiff. So, or you've been kicking your husband because he's on your side of the bed and took the
Yeah.
covers. I don't know. Or he kicked you because you took the covers, whatever. And that's the
Somebody.
only movement you had. So stretching is really going to help open up parts of your body.
All
I
of
know I
it.
look weird doing this. Yeah.
But breathing, because I mean,
Yeah,
I found that I hold my breath more than I realize.
I do too.
And I mean, it's weird to think, but when I'm working out, I'm not breathing
Oh, yeah.
because it's hard for me. I'm a counter. I like to count everything. And when I'm working out, my trainer has us do it for 30 seconds,
Yeah.
everything for 30 seconds to maybe 45 seconds. But I need everything to be even. So
Yeah.
I'm also counting. And
Yeah.
that's a lot for me to do, along with lifting weights and trying to move my body, that I hold my breath. And she's like, stop, you've got to breathe.
Oh,
And when I breathe, I do feel so much better. But it also helps because I don't know what your school's car drop off pickup is like, but ours is a little intense.
some days.
I have to do a lot of breathing in my car. I just sit there and breathe, lots of deep breaths.
That's a good
That
practice.
today I'm not going to hurt somebody or roll my window down, as my kids are very aware I will do, and tell somebody that they did something wrong. You know who you are. You know you do it every day. You know it's illegal.
I think she's talking about the golf carts on our neighbor.
Yeah. Who some days just want to be on the sidewalk and other days aren't on the sidewalk. Just because the traffic's backed up doesn't mean you can cut down the sidewalk and run over the kids on their bikes. Sorry.
No, that's not good. So,
PSA over. Sorry.
so exercise. Want to make sure. So getting up in the morning and stretching, something
Yeah.
I have not done in years. but that's one of the things I will start
Yeah,
tomorrow
it's
because
hard.
our training class starts and Ache and Shake is for real. And I need to make sure that I'm not going to hurt myself. I
No.
call
Well,
it Ache
you
and
don't
Shake.
want to because it warms up your muscles
It
and they're
does.
ready to go. I mean, it really is, I mean, I know we've thrown a lot at you over the last few weeks
Yeah.
with things to do in your morning. But if you can incorporate just a few of these,
Yes.
it's not throw 30 new things into your day, but maybe
No,
you do one or two and see how that goes and then try something else. But I mean, I do think just starting your day with 15 minutes
I agree.
and a glass of water
And
and
also,
breathing.
and breathe. So
Yes.
so, so we're
Again,
doing
not throwing a whole lot at you at once.
so we're doing three 30-day segments.
Okay.
So if in the first 30 days you want to focus on, let's say we're going to pick healthier mind.
Yeah.
And so you incorporate the tips or tricks, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
or mom hacks. There's so many phrases for that 30 days and just concentrate on a healthier mind. That doesn't mean you're going to eat sugar every day and live on
Oh, yeah.
chocolate. Okay. That just means for that 30 days, you're going to concentrate on having a healthier mind. Then maybe on the second 30 days, you've already started healthier mom. So like, I think it's 30 days to a habit. So that's a habit now.
Yep. That
So
was the word habit I couldn't think of earlier. Sorry.
that's okay. And then the second month in February, you concentrate on some of the tips and tricks and hacks we talked about for nutrition. So then that becomes a habit. And so by the third month, you incorporate exercise.
Size, yeah. And
And
by December, you're going to be very healthy.
yes, or you'll stop after 3 months.
Are you like, they're
Whatever.
crazy? I never want to hear their voices again.
But that's something like you want to make sure you're doing these things, but not overloading yourself. So like I said, pick one of them.
Pick one or two.
Pick one or two
Yeah.
from one of the segments.
Don't
Healthier
overwhelm
mind,
yourself.
right? Healthier body
Like
nutrition,
we're currently.
or healthier body exercise. We've had a coffee and
Oh, I
incorporate
had more than a coffee.
and incorporate some of those and then stick to those. Commit to 2 or 3 changes, maybe a week, or 2 or 3 changes for that month,
Right.
and stick to them and just see how you feel. Like we said, we're going to make sure that we're going to upload the blog and also update some of our social media accounts with our daily or weekly thoughts, what we're eating, what we're drinking, and maybe you take the same log.
Just to keep ourselves accountable.
That too.
Because that's hard. Because I've always had a lot of friends, but not friends who are doing the same things as I am.
Mm.
And so it's usually me being accountable to myself. And, I can cheat to myself. I cheat myself all the time, like, oh, nobody cares if I have that extra scoop of ice cream. It's just me. I mean, tomorrow I won't have it.
Yeah.
But, next day I'm going to have it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And accountability is very important.
Yeah.
When E and I went to talk to the trainer Lily at F45 in Trinity, where we'll be working out starting tomorrow, she talked a lot about accountability. And that's one of the things I wanted to go with someone so that I wouldn't tell myself, I'm going today, and then I don't go.
Yeah.
Well, if E and I go together, one of us has to make the other go. And maybe one day she's like, Angie, we're going to go. We're doing this today. And I'm like, ugh. And maybe one day I'm like, E, we're going to do this. And she's like, ugh. But one of us has to be like, okay, we're doing this. We're going to go and get this done. So accountability, like Heather said, is very important.
Right.
Having someone that can help you achieve your fitness goal of healthier mind, healthier body. Another thing with exercise, women don't like to lift weights.
No, but believe it or not, I mean, I'm still not sure if this is true. It does make you have leaner muscles.
I think it does.
And burn calories faster. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, because I don't want to be bulky, but I also don't want anything, I didn't want jiggly.
So right now, arms. I'm just going to expose myself here. I have the goodbye arms. Hello, goodbye. Like I stop and it still moves. Hello, goodbye. So this is what I want to get rid of. And no amount of cardio is going to take
No.
I have to use weights. So
cardio only does so much.
And it's great. But women, ladies, moms, you need to lift weights. And Heather mentioned earlier, it doesn't have to be 50 pounds. No. You don't have to get on one of those leg presses and do 270. A 5-pound weight. Like her.
It's better than not doing the 5-pound weight.
Yeah. But I mean, a 5-pound weight can do a lot if you do it correctly. You do that. What's it? Isolated muscles.
Right.
I'm sure the trainer will talk about that. I don't know all the terms, but you really need to make sure you're lifting weights, especially as we've gotten older. Again, I'm 45.
It helps make your bones stronger.
Does it?
I don't know. I feel like I've heard that. Okay. I'm getting some nods that yes, that's true.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. They're saying yes. We don't know. Yes. We're going with them.
Because it sounds good.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
And we're not doctors.
And we're not doctors.
No, we're not.
We're not nutritionists.
No.
And we're not licensed or trainers because they
No,
do take a test
they
to
do.
become certified trainers.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, I will say I've been working out with my trainer now since about October, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
And I mean, I can definitely tell because it used to be like 8 pounds was like, oh, this is enough, and now she's got me doing 10 and 12
I'm
pounds.
hoping I can lift 4.
Yeah.
So 8 pounds sounds fabulous.
So, I mean, and sometimes it hurts, and then,
Yeah.
and I will say though, I do love that next day where I have a little bit of soreness.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, yesterday counted. Yesterday was good, and I need to keep going back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
And that's like, I don't know, that's like
I
feel good.
feel like I have a strong body
Yeah.
when I do that. Like, okay, I accomplished this, that I can do this. So, it's I think it's motivating too when you're
It is.
trying to eat healthier to say I need to fuel my body with the proper food.
Yeah.
That gives you a reason why right there because you
agree.
can lift weights and you can move your body.
I agree. And again, as we age, moms, because we're all going to age, the other alternative is death. We don't want that.
No,
You
not
need,
really.
not, well, yeah. You don't want your husband to
Death
change you in
is
for a 20-year-old
unfortunately
and the insurance money.
inevitable. I know.
That's just, we shouldn't mention that.
No.
No, but I did. So there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm sorry. It's
Okay.
It's one of the jokes we have at home. I'm always asking my husband, since I'm over 40, are you going to change me in for 2 20-year-olds or 1 20-year-old and the life insurance money? I'm just asking. He's always looks at me like, but
Reg
it's
is
a
like,
joke.
no, nobody else would put up with me like you do.
I don't know.
Well, he does seem kind of easygoing and laid back.
Most of the time he is.
Yeah.
He has certain things he just
Little,
are non-negotiables, which I understand.
Yeah, we all do though.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
Okay.
All right, good back to exercise because we're going off topic again.
Yeah.
So making sure you're getting up in the morning and stretching. Again, if you want to make that part of your February or your March to-do list because you've already decided, okay, I'm going to do a healthier mind first, fine. But make sure that when you decide to do the exercise piece, when you're making sure that you're incorporating that into your daily or weekly interactions for yourself as a priority, because we're going to make ourselves a priority now, ladies. Priority. You are a priority. That you stretch in the morning, that sometimes, I don't know if it's 2 or 3 times a week or 4 times a week, that you incorporate some kind of weightlifting, some kind of weights for your body. And that doesn't mean you go like 1, 2, 3 and put them down. Purposely find something, whether it's a YouTube University, a trainer, a gym.
Well, and I mean, I don't know, like depending upon what technology you have at home. I mean, Apple has their own fitness classes.
Do they really?
Oh, yes. I love them because it works off my watch and I can watch the trainers on my iPad.
Okay.
And that's fun because you can either keep doing the same one and every week they come out with some new ones. And from what I understand, they're doing kickboxing starting soon.
Oh, very good.
And they have I love the yoga cool down meditation ones.
Okay.
And I like too, I mean, I'm sure other apps have this, but I also like because you can go in and filter how long you have. Because sometimes you maybe only have 15 minutes and it'll give you a 15-minute treadmill workout. And I love the treadmill workouts because it has you elevating
Well, elevation.
thank you. Yes. Elevating the elevation. That doesn't make sense. But
we got
yes.
the word. We got the word.
Yes. And so I like that because that also changes up your walk. Instead of it being right flat, you're going up sometimes 10, back down to 6. And I think that's really good.
So that's another one. I think Peloton, I do not
Peloton has some.
There are so many different
And
ones.
Peloton, I think you can even access even if you don't have a Peloton.
Really can?
Yeah. Yeah. You can do it with any kind of bike brand. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are ways to make sure that you're getting exercise. So saying that you can't do it and you don't have time, that's an excuse.
Yeah. Walking.
Stop using an excuse.
Just walking.
Just walking is great.
Yeah. Walking, maybe carrying 2 cans in your hand and walking.
Or those what are those ankle weights?
Oh, the ankle weights. I've thought about getting some of those.
Some of those are good, but make sure if you're going to use any kind of weights, you check with your doctor first
to make sure
that your body can handle that type of weight for that type of body part. Because for example, with my RA, I can't do a lot of heavy weights because my joints and inflammation. So for me, I call them my donkey legs. My donkey legs can handle a lot more than my wrists. So I can lift here. And here, I just need to slowly increase weights and not start out with something heavy.
Slowly.
Because
it's all workouts. You should start out slowly too. Don't just jump in doing, today I'm going to do a 60-minute running and then you can't move for the next week because that's not good.
No, because frequency is important. You want to make sure that you can do things if you're doing cardio, some people do it every day, but I think the recommended, I could be wrong, I'd have to look at everybody else, it's 3 to 4 times a week. Again, obviously I'm not exercising like I should. We got a thumbs up.
Yeah, because
Blondie told us.
You want to mix it between cardio and weights.
Yeah.
I mean, another one that's just fun if you have little ones is going out and playing tag with them or freeze tag.
I don't know if I have enough energy for that.
No. But I mean, like I'm just saying, like if you need to burn off some energy with your toddler, find a nice enclosed area and just let them run and chase after them. Or
If
let them chase you.
my toddler Izzy at what 3 or 2 had more energy than I could ever imagine. I couldn't keep up with her if we did that. No, but that's a good idea. Me no.
Yeah, my kids have been more of the I mean, they were in a lot. They used to both play soccer and they were both in gymnastics and but now they're more of a, oh, can we just sit and read a good book? And I'm like, oh, absolutely. It's going to be reading hour now.
And that's another point too we want to make too, which is not here, but I just thought about it.
Yeah.
When Heather was saying that, when we lived in Michigan a long time ago, there was a family across the street, and every day they would make their kids come home and do some kind of fitness program, and they had a whole like gym set up in their
Oh,
basement.
nice.
We don't have basements in Florida, but
No.
they ingrain that in their kids. This is something we need to make sure that we're doing and ingrain it in our child. Thinking, okay, they're having a gym at school, that's enough. Okay, maybe, but we need to make sure we're teaching our kids how to exercise, and that we're doing this because we want to be
Yes.
healthy, not because we want to be thin.
Right.
It's not, we're not trying to get to thin. We're trying to be healthy so we can feel comfortable, like Heather said, in our body.
Bodies. Yes.
Okay. So teaching your kids appropriate exercise and also teaching them the difference between the word healthy and thin. Because nowadays, and especially I didn't
Well,
know back then,
yeah.
they're airbrushed. And I didn't know that
No,
growing up.
nobody knew that until recently.
Until
You just
recently.
thought that's what they looked like.
Right. And that's not reality.
No.
And we want to make sure our kids understand the difference so they don't, have problems with
Yeah.
anorexia or bulimia, which are
Yes.
very prevalent. So the difference between healthy and thin. And don't say fat, you can say unhealthy. Because there are thin
Right.
people that are extremely
Oh,
unhealthy.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So getting that ingrained in our kids, passing that down. The other thing about exercise, making sure the frequency, like Heather said, start out slowly, not
Right.
so slowly that you're walking 5 minutes a day.
No. But a good like 15, 20-minute walk the
Yeah.
first few times is probably good.
Yeah.
Try to get, if there's a hill, maybe see how high up you can go up. If you
Yeah.
can't make it all the way, that can be your goal as you get to the top.
Yeah.
Yep. Another thing, I knew friends who used to like to, at work, they would climb the stairs. I mean, granted, I would do it sometimes too.
Yeah.
Not by choice, but because the elevator wasn't coming and I had to climb 20,
20 flights of stairs?
well, because I thought it'd be fun. It wasn't.
That
And I had
sounds-
heels on and stockings on, and that was not fun. Let me tell you, working in the 90s was not fun.
No. We had it a lot tougher than we
It was not business casual.
No.
Work from home was, oh, you're sick.
Right.
Please check your email while you're home sick today.
On a BlackBerry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't even get that.
I don't
I
remember.
had a laptop that I had to bring home and do dial up.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, it was dial up.
Sorry. I still remember that noise. You'll never get it out.
You
of
never
your
get it
head.
out because my laptop didn't have Wi-Fi. I had Wi-Fi in my house, but
We
my
had
laptop.
VPN.
Oh, yeah, VPN. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, I think it was just faster for me to do the dial up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ethernet connection.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to wrap up because we could go on forever. But mostly, what we want you to remember with exercise is you have to do it. It's a non-negotiable.
Right.
If your body type is very lean, then you might be able to do a lot more than someone who's like me, which is puffy and bloated. But
What is
we'll
it?
soon
The pear
change.
shape, apple shape.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So talk to your doctor before you start any exercise program. Make sure you know what you can do, what you can't do. The frequency, start out slowly, not slowly that you're not feeling it, but slowly enough so you can build upon it and that you're going to commit to it every week or every day or every 2 days or every 3 days. Incorporate lifting or strengthening exercises for your body type based on what you can do. And if you have any things like RA or osteoporosis or something that you work with doctor recommendations on what you can do. I can't stress that enough because so many people say, I'm going to get out there and exercise and I'm going to do it. And then they hurt themselves and they set themselves back.
Right.
It's not what we want to do.
No, and that's even harder to come back if your body isn't actually in shape, like
It is.
ability. So it just, I mean, it's one of those things. But listen to your body.
Definitely listen to your body.
Yeah.
And we're going to upload the blog. On the blog, we'll have many recommendations. Now, we have not tested all these, but these are popular suggestions for exercises, apps, sometimes some things from YouTube University. Maybe we're going to upload my trainer and Heather's trainer, because not everyone's trainer works best for you.
They're all different.
They're all different. You can go to different gyms. Your community center might have, if you live in a community or a subdivision or an apartment complex or a condo or a townhome community, might have a fitness center. Utilize what you have. Stay within your means. We're not trying to go out and spend thousands of dollars, because then you're going to have an unhealthy mind.
Yes.
Trying to get your body healthy. So stay within your means and be reasonable, be accountable, and remember the replacement theory. If you decide that you want to start exercising or working on some of these principles, but then you neglect another area of your life, that's not good either. We want to have balance, okay? So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. And don't forget, you can listen to our podcast now on all the different devices that are formats that you listen to your other podcasts from.
Yep.
Knowing that ours is probably better than theirs, but just saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. We're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I think that's all of them now.
Yep, we have four social media. And then our website from daystoyears.com. We're going to do a lot more blogging and our weekly and daily updates. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.